Any viewers, so today I'm going to be showing off some of my PS3 collection. My camera craps out at around 8 minutes, so it'll be segmented because I have way more than what I'm going to show. But I hope you enjoy it. If you like it, click the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, because I would love to have you as an Alycat. We could play video games together. All my fan pages are in the description down below, including my XBL, PSN, Steam usernames. So, I'm going to get started, okay? Does that sound good? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so let's get started with the video game collection. First off, I have Assassin's Creed 2, which, this is my favorite Assassin's Creed game. I love Ezio, he's my favorite character, and I did used to own Brotherhood, Revelations, and 3, but they just weren't that great to me. Compared to this, as a starting point, this just took the cake, and it had the best mechanics and the best introduction to the series, and I just loved it, and nothing could surpass this. So if you've never ever played Assassin's Creed, play this one. This is the one most worth your time. Or Brotherhood. It's better than Revelations and 3, but not as good as this one. Next one is BioShock, which is one of my absolute all-time favorite games. And at first I didn't think I'd like this because I had some friends that said that it was sucky or too scary, but then I got it and I fell in love with it. I loved Rapture. I loved all the different powers you could have, the plasmids, yeah. I'm getting Infinite confused with this one. But this is just great. The twist in it, if you've never ever played BioShock, play it. It is worth your time. It is a masterpiece of video game history, and it's just great. There's a morality system, which I loved, even though I always played the good person. I'm never evil. So I always got the good ending when I played this, but other than that, like, you could be evil if you want to. There's like 4 different endings, I think. And then this is just great. It's one of the best games you could ever own and play. Just go and do yourself a favor and buy it. It's super cheap. Like, I think it's like $10 now. So go buy it. And next up is BioShock 2, which is not as good as the first one, but it's still a good game in my opinion. And you play as a Big Daddy. And that's the big robotic guy with the drill, as you can see on the cover. And it does have a good story. The combat is improved over the first one. There's no hacking puzzle minigame, which I didn't like the hacking puzzle minigame. That was like one of the only flaws in the first one that I found. But this one improves the combat. It does have a good story. It's just not as great as the first one. There's not really a twist in this. There's still a morality system. There's still 4 different endings. So yeah, if you've played the first one, haven't played this one because you've heard like it sucks or whatever, it doesn't suck. It's just not as good as the first one. So definitely check it out. And this one's even cheaper. I think it's like $4 to $6 now. So go and buy the second one. And then play Infinite, or if you've already played Infinite, get the first 2 and play these because it's well worth your time and they're different than Infinite. So, Bulletstorm is next, which most people haven't played this, but it's so good. And the company People Can Fly was just bought by Epic Games. They made Gears of War Judgment, which a lot of people didn't like that one. I have not played it personally, so I don't know. But Bulletstorm is just so fun. It's very crude. It's got a lot of bad language in it. So if you're under 17... this is not one you want to get, especially there's just a lot of sexual stuff in this, there's a lot of bad language, there's violence of course, but it's so unique because there's a kill streak mechanic. Like, however creatively you kill, the more creative you are, the more points you get, and then you can upgrade your weapons and all this stuff, and like, there's even a trophy or achievement, whichever platform you get it on, for drinking the most alcoholic beverages and shooting these monsters with it while you're drunk. It's just kind of, it's crazy, but it's so much fun. And you have a whip and a plethora of guns, and you're just this guy who has a southern accent, which I could relate to because I'm southern. But this is really worth your time, and it's so underrated. This deserves a sequel, so go out and buy this. If you have not bought it already, Bulletstorm is super cheap. I promise you, you'll love this. You'll have the time of your life. And the next one is The Darkness, which I didn't get the original case because I bought it at GameStop and they didn't have the original case for it. But this one is miles better than the second one. This is challenging. Even on normal, it's very challenging. You have to be really stealthy, and it's got some... It's not scary, but there's some creepy moments in it. It's got some pretty difficult puzzles unless you know what you're doing. It's just the story about this guy who is consumed by the darkness, which he has tentacles that grow out of his shoulders, and they can attack people, and he can summon darklings, which they can do multiple things in this one. And you go to hell and you discover letters and phone numbers, and that's one of the most fun parts, is getting the phone numbers and then going to the payphones and calling and see who answers and what happens. That's one of my favorite parts of this game, actually. But it's really touching, and there's some sad moments in it, and you're basically on a quest for vengeance. I'm not going to spoil it, but something happens in this that makes your character very angry, and it makes you angry as a player. And it's shocking. It is rated M, and it's very gory. And just check it out. It's another underrated game, I think, in my opinion, but it's really good. Dead Space 2. I did have the first Dead Space, but I like this one a lot better. So that's why I'm putting this one in the video. But this one was just so much fun. It was scarier to me because, I don't know, just the first one had a lot of puzzles in it, and I don't know. But this one, the environments are gorgeous. Graphics and environments are the same basically, but this one was just, Isaac talks now, which really amplified the experience in my opinion. There's some more characters, Ellie, which I absolutely adore Ellie, and there's, I forgot his name, the guy who pokes the eye out, and there's a shocking sequence with a needle in your eye. That's one of my top gaming moments, actually, the needle in the eye part. It is very gory, and there are scares in it. I mean, it's not something that's going to give you nightmares, at least not to me, because I'm used to scary stuff. But it has a lot of jump scares. But Dead Space 2 is probably the best one. I did like 3, but it's not as good as 2. And this one also has Dead Space Extraction in it, which I've never played. I should play it, but oh well. But check out Dead Space if you have not checked it out and you're a horror fan, a survival horror fan. It's worth your time to check out the Dead Space series, especially 2. That's my favorite. Next up is Skyrim, which I got for the PS3, which is stupid, but I didn't have an Xbox at the time, and I love this game even though there are so many flaws in the PS3 version. I had to wait months for one game-breaking bug to get fixed, but I still loved it. I still did all the side quests. I finished the main storyline. I haven't finished the complete game because there's just so much to do, but this can take, if you do everything in it, it could take over 300 hours to complete, which I think I put in 100 and something hours. It's so much fun, and it's one of my first forays in the RPG genre because I wasn't a huge fan of RPGs before, and I'm still not like a huge RPG fan. It depends on the kind of RPG it is. I don't like being in a group and having to control the members. In this one, you're just by yourself. You create your own character, and it's just fantastic. And let me check. Yeah, Skyrim is a really good game, even though there was a lot of game-breaking flaws in it, and there was a lot of just bugs in the PS3 version. Couldn't get the DLC for it, whatever. It's still a great game, but I'd suggest buying it on Xbox 360 or PC over the PlayStation 3, even though they have fixed a lot of the stuff that was wrong with it. And the second installment of this will be coming out in the next couple days probably. And I hope you enjoyed this, and of course, like I said in the beginning of the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, like the video if you liked it. If you didn't, just go play a game, chill out, watch someone else's videos, I don't know, favorites so your friends can see, add me on my fan pages and on my gaming networks down below, and I love you all. Peace and kisses. Bye!